Good afternoon, class. So at this point we are looking at, let's check here, we are looking at the cycle test. So it's the grade 11 cycle test 2021 from our school. Okay. So at this point you guys have done the lesson, the questions already, correct? Right, so let's just run through them quickly. So the first question says solve for x. Alright, so solve for x here. So can I divide by x? No, otherwise we will be losing a solution. So we take that over the equal sign. What's wrong? So I get x squared plus 6x equals 0. So we take out x as a common factor. Not so. So if I take out x as a common factor, take out x as a common factor, we are left with x plus 6 is equal to 0. So the 0 factor rule, so x is equal to 0 or x plus 6 is equal to 0, so x is equal to negative 6. Any issues there? If you have any problems or something you made a mistake in, you want to clarify, you just raise it, okay? Don't let me know at question 3 and then you tell me, oh yes, I had a problem with question 1. Alright, let's go with the next one. The first thing is, we need to get it in standard form. How do we do that? By multiplying the story out. Not so. We multiply. So x times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. 3 times x is 3x. You add it, you get 7x. 3 times 4 is 12 equals. Get rid of the brackets there. So it's x minus 4x minus 4. Leave it into one side since it's quadratic. X squared, 7x, sorry, minus x is 6x, and 6x plus 4x is 10x. And then you got 12 plus 4 is going to give you 16. Not so? So this factorizes, this is a trinomial, so x and x, 8 and 2 plus and plus, so x is equal to negative 8 or x is equal to negative 2. Otherwise, if you can't factorize this, what you're going to use? We used it in our last lesson, quadratic formula. Okay, so at this point, if you got the trinomial and you're not sure about the factors, you're always making a mistake now and then use the quadratic formula. Okay, you'll get the full mark anyway. We'll just take an extra step or two, but you will definitely get the roots correct, provided that your trinomial in standard form is correct. The next one here, algebraic your exponential equation, we take it over the equal sign, so it's 4 times 3 to the x plus 4 equals 12. I divide by 4 both sides, so 3 to the x plus 4 is equal to 3, but this is going to be 3 to the 1. So therefore, when bases are the same, exponents are equal, so x plus 4 is equal to 1. So I take 4 over, it becomes negative 3. I don't have to put plus 1 there. I was going to write a different number, but it would have been wrong. Let's look at 1.4. Any issues so far? We're moving too fast. No. Alright, so the next one, 81 can be written as 3 to the exponent 4. So the x root of 3 to the 4 equals 3 to the 3. I'm going to change it from radical or from surds into exponents. So it's 4 over x is equal to 3 to the 3. When bases are the same, exponents are equal. So 4 over x is equal to 3. As you can see, the exponents are equal there. I cross multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. 3 times x is 3x. Divided by 3 will give you 4 over 3. Okay. Let's go to the next one. 1.5. So what do I have to do first? Take it over the equal sign, it then becomes the square root of 5x squared plus 6x minus 34 is equal to 2x plus 1. Why do I do that? So that I can isolate the root, get the root on its own. Not so. So what do I do now? Square both sides. Which now gives me 5x squared plus 6x minus 34 equals 4x squared, the binomial squared, 2x times 1 times 2 is plus 4x plus 1. Since it's a quadratic equation, everything on one side, 0 on the other side. So I got 5x squared plus 6x minus 34 minus 4x squared minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. 5x squared minus 4x squared is going to give you x squared. 6x minus 4x is positive 2x. Minus 34 minus 1 is minus 35 is equal to 0. Trinomial 7 and 5, of course. Again, if you don't know how to do this, use the quadratic formula there. The bigger product must be positive. So we got x is equal to negative 7 or x is equal to 5. People, if you use the quadratic formula here, which is that x is equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, you don't have to write this here. You see, you'll go from this straight into that solution. You guys okay with that? But what do we need to do here? We need to check. Not so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 7 in on this side. Okay, and it should be then equal to 1. If it's not equal to 1, it's not one of the solutions. You guys understand? So I put negative 7 as my last answer calculated. If it's equal, there's going to be the square root of 5 times negative 7 squared plus 6 times negative 7 minus 34 minus 2 times that answer, you know, answer of 27. So does this one work? No. Not so. Let's try 5. Press 5 equals, gives you 1. So yes, it does work. So that one's solution, while that one is not. At times, both could be solutions. At times, one can be a solution. At times, none can be a solution as well. Okay? So we need to check what's happening there. The next one, 1.6. What needs to be done here? Okay, substitution. Not so. If you could have seen that 3x is a common factor, I could have gone straight and says 3x minus 9 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 0, or 3x minus 9 is equal to 0. So 3x is equal to 3 squared. So x is equal to 2. This one doesn't work. Not so. But say you didn't know that. No problem. What you say is, you say 3 to the 2x can be written as 3 to the x squared. Not so. 9 times 3 to the x is equal to 0. We say let k equals 3 to the x. So that's going to give you k squared minus 9k is equal to 0. K is a common factor. You never divide by a variable, otherwise you will lose a solution. So k is equal to 0, or k is equal to 9. But what is k? 3 to the x. So it's going to be 3 to the 0 and 3 to the x is equal to 3 squared. This one's not going to work. So therefore x equal to 2. A link to this paper could be found in the description box below. By doing this paper, by watching this video, you must first have done the paper. Okay, otherwise you're going to feel that we are moving just too fast for you. Okay. He says the use of a calculator is prohibited in this question, or the use or answer these questions without the use of a calculator would be the same instruction. They said if p is equal to the square root of x minus 2 over x minus 6, determine the value of the values for x which p is equal to 0. Under what condition will p be equal to 0? Is when the numerator is equal to 0. So it's the root of x minus 2 is equal to 0, square both sides, x minus 2 is equal to 0, x equal to 2. On the other hand, it says where is p non-real. Non-real is when the denominator is equal to 0. Not so? No, that's undefined. Non-real means to say under the root is negative. So in other words, it's x minus 2 is less than 0, so x has to be less than 2. If it said undefined, which it didn't, okay, if it says undefined, if it says undefined, then is where the denominator is equal to 0, so x equal to 6. That wasn't part of the question. Right? Was it? Wait. Oh. No, wait. Right, let's carry on with our lives as if we didn't know that. Alright, number 3. No, 2.2.1. So what needs to be done first here, people? Get rid of the brackets, not so? Now 9 can be written as 3 squared. And 2 times negative of is negative 1 times. There's a 1 by the x, so it will be x to the negative half, y 2 times negative half is negative 1 times 4x3 over 2y, and that means you say it's over 6x minus 2y squared. Okay, you all agree with that? So 3 to the minus 1 can be written as what? 1 over 3. You all agree with that? So we know that 2 goes into 6 3 times, 2 goes into 4 twice. So in other words, there's going to be 2/3 on top, not so? Now 2/3 divided by 3 is 2 over 9. Now say you didn't know that, no problem. What I would have done was I would have put this in a calculator. Okay? Then you would have gotten 1 over 3 times 2, and that is all over 3. It's 2 over 9. You would have gotten the full mark anyway. Okay? Then we got x to the negative half plus 3 over 2. Why am I adding? Based on the same, and we multiply. And then plus 2y, because I'm subtracting from the denominator. And then it's by y minus 1, which is this one here. What is this? It's a 1, so it's going to be plus 1. And this? Minus 2. So it's going to be 2 over 9 x. Now minus half plus 3 over 2 is 1, plus 2 is 3. Y, that cancel, minus 2. So where must this y to the minus 2 go? Let's go to the denominator y. The exponent is negative. So it's 2x cubed over 9y. Okay. Alright, let's carry on with our lives. 2.2.2. We'll break up and factorize. Not so. It's 5 times 3 to the x minus 4 times 3 to the x times 3 to the minus 2 over 3 to the x minus 3 to the x times 3 to the minus 1. Right, what do you notice about the numerator? What is common there? 3 to the x. What am I left with? 5 minus 4 times 3 to the minus 2 over 3 to the x is common. I'm left with 1 minus 3 to the minus 1. Of course 3 to the x cancels. Okay, so that's going to be 5 minus 4 over 9 over 1 minus a third. Your LCM is 9, so it's 45 minus 4 over 9 divided by, which becomes times 3 over 3 is 2. Okay, that is of course going to give us 41 over 9 times 3 over 2. So that gives you 1 and 3, so it's 41 over 6. Now say you're not that strong in fractions, no problem. At this point here, what do we do? Put in the calculator. I might have even made a mistake there. It's 5 minus 4 times 3 to the negative 2 over 1 minus 3 to the negative 1. That's right. Sometimes I surprise myself. Okay. But do you see the bottom worksheet worked out for me? Huh, Jordan? Alright. But she was forsaken us in grade 10. And now she's sitting here. Was it grade 9? No, we did it in grade 8, but then you left our class and went somewhere else. Huh? Yeah, I'm still heartbroken. Right, but anyway, it should be okay. I'm getting over it soon. When you leave, huh? Right. What's happening here? Can I multiply the exponents? No. So firstly, p to the minus 1 can be written as 1 over p plus p to the minus 1, 1 over p to the negative 1. So we're going to get this as one term inside the bracket first. What's your LCM here? PB. No? So this must be multiplied by b. This must be multiplied by p. So 1 times b is b plus 1 times p is p to the negative 1. The fraction is raised to the negative 1. What do we do? Swap the fraction around. So it's pb over b plus. Okay. They ask you to show that A is equal to 8 over 9. If it's a show that will prove that question, I cannot use 8 over 9 in the sum. So we go. 4 can be written as 2 squared raised to the n plus 2. 9 can be written as 3 squared raised to the n minus 1 over 72 is going to be 2 to the, let's check, 72 is 2 to the 3 and times 3 squared. 2 to the 3 times 3 squared raised to the n times 2, 1 minus n. Multiply, get rid of the brackets. So it's 2 to the 2n plus 4 times 3 to the 2n minus 2 all over 2 to the 3n times 3 to 2n times 2 to the 1 minus n. When you multiply in bases the same, why do you do to the exponents? Am I moving too fast? No. I'm multiplying in bases the same, why do I do to the exponents? You add them, and if you divide, you subtract them. So it's 2 to the n plus 4 minus 3n minus 1 plus n times 3. Now with the exponent of 3, you can only bring those bases together, not so. So that's now going to give us 3 to the 2n minus 2 minus 3. Okay. So what do we do now? Simplify. That cancels. Leaves you with 2, 4 minus 1 is 3 times. That cancels. Gives you 3 to the negative 2. 2 cubed is 8 over, that's going to give you 3 squared at the bottom, which is 8 over 9. And there we have just proven that A is 8 over 9. You guys see that? Then the question says, hence, people, if it says hence, what does that mean? It's continuation from the previous question. Hence or otherwise, solve for A is equal to. Now, if solve for x, sorry. A is equal to 2x over 9, but A is also equal to 8 over 9. So what does that mean to say? 2 to the x over 9 is also equal to 8 over 9. Can you see that? So I can equate the numerators. So 2 to the x is equal to 8, which is 2 cubed, not so? So therefore x is equal to. Okay. Sorry about that. 2 easy marks there. Sure everybody got that, right? A favorite, complete the square. It says write the given trinomial in the form of a into x plus b all squared plus q. What must I do first? What do I do first? Common factor of 2. I'm left with x squared plus 5 over 2x minus 3 over 2. Not so? So I must add a number to complete the square with minus that same number. And what's the number in this question? It's b times a half. And it must be squared. What's my b in this case? 5 over 2. 5 over 2 times a half is 5 over 4. Squared is 25 over 16. And it's a perfect square trinomial. So it's 2 into x plus 5 over 4 squared minus negative 25. Negative 25 over 16 minus 3 over 2. Gives us negative 49 over 16. Negative 49 over 16. Is that correct? Yes. So let's get rid of the bracket, the outer bracket. So it's 2 into x plus 5 over 4 all squared minus 49 over 8. Alright. There's in the form that they asked us for it to be in. Determine the maximum minimum value, stating whether it's a maximum or minimum. People, this is a maximum or minimum. It's a positive, so the graph is smiling. It has a minimum value of negative 49 over 8. Give the value of x for which the given expression is a minimum or maximum. So at which x value does this graph have a minimum or maximum? The additive inverse, so x is equal to negative 5 over. And also that turning point of this parabola would have been negative 5 over 4 and negative 49 over 8. Okay. Alright, here it says without using a calculator, show that. People, there's another show that will prove that question. Okay. So what we do is we work the left hand side. Left hand side equals the root of 12 plus the root of 27. Remember, without the calculator, we must show this intermediate step. If we don't show the step, of course, you're going to lose the mark. Okay. So the square root of 12 can be written as the largest perfect square that goes into 12 is 4 times 3 plus. For 27 is 9 times 3. The square root of 4 is 2 root 3 plus square root of 9 is 3 root 3. So that's going to give you 5 root 3. So let's go on the other side. On the left hand side. No, the right hand side. The square root of 75, what's the largest perfect square going to 75? Of course, is 25. So 25 times 3 is 5 root 3. So hang on. Which is equal to the left hand side. Okay. As you can see, no calculator was used there. Bonus question. Choose a letter which corresponds with the correct answer to the following question. Only write the letter down next to the question number. If x is greater than 6, which of the following statement is true? So what I do is I choose a number. Choose any number greater than 6. 7, nice. So if x is 7, there's going to be 6 over 7. There's going to be 6 over 8. There's going to give you 6 over 6, which is 1. That's going to give you 7 over 6, which is 1 and 1 over 6. That's going to give you 7 over 6. No. Yeah, 7. So it's 8 over 6. 8 over 6. So the question says, the smallest. So it has to be that one or this one, not so. It can't be that, or that, because this is all larger than these two. Not so. So 6 over 7, and this is going to be 3 over 4. So what I do is I compare I convert my denominators first. So it's 7, 14, so it's 28 as my LCM here. So I times that by 4. So it's 24. And you're going to times that by 7, 21. So this one is the smallest value. So B is the answer. Is that correct? Are you following the memo? Be correct. Now I feel better about myself. Now I write a very nice paper to write. Okay. Any problems with the paper? Did I give you another paper to do? Huh? Yes. But you have the memo to that and the video recording of that paper. Alright, so these two papers, no? I'm going to stop the video at this point.